That's that shit I'm talking. Look at the condom on her head.
Put your phone on Do Not Disturb.
I can't, I gotta watch the video, no?
Oh yeah, no, put on Do Not Disturb.
How you do that?
Airplane mode.
How do you do that? Do it.
Bruv, this guy, you man don't know how to put his phone on Do Not Disturb.
Hey, why for that? Pause.
You say Glizzy?
Nah, he wasn't there that week. Okay. Who doing one? Which one?
The Nigeria one.
Let me see this.
This is the building, that's the Chinese restaurant, Chinese supermarket, that's it here. So January stop.
This January stop. Now they stop Nigerians to enter the supermarket.
Why? What's happening?
They're getting written notice, they're getting approval from government, they're getting anything where make them bring that decision.
That's what they know since January.
But before January, people they enter.
Before January,
Last Nigerians they come inside before January.
okay.
That's all.
Okay.
Chinatown in Nigeria and Nigerians can't enter it.
So you bend over for one country only to get independence, to then go and bend over for another country. You allow Chinese to come to Nigeria to build things in Nigeria, to be told, as Nigerians, you ain't allowed to go to it? You stupid? What kind of disrespect, like, so in our own country, where you was invited to come, or maybe you own the country now, I don't know. You've built a supermarket and you're telling me that Nigerians can't go to it. Is that any different from when you were saying that black people ain't allowed to go to certain shops in England upon a time? Black people aren't allowed to get certain buses. What are we going to do now? Have a special transport for Chinese people too now?
What was it like when you were there? Did you see any of that?
Nah, not even a little bit. I didn't see that. I think maybe I saw one fight. I didn't see any issues. But the problem is that I was there on holiday. People actually live there. So the day-to-days, I'm not getting a full-on feel of what's going on a day-to-day basis. So when I'm watching this, to me, this is wild. How is this possible? I never saw anything like this.
Yeah, they said it was in Abuja, so you wasn't in.
I was in Lagos.
Yeah.
But Nigeria's Nigeria, no? You actually allowing that shit?
Well, you know, that type of stuff happens all over Africa. You know, we have parts of South Africa that's still just white only. Well, not legally white only, but only areas where white people.
South Africa's a bit different, isn't it?
You know what I mean?
We have the
Live
Africans
there.
and Afrikaans or whatever. Like they identify different. But when you're talking about, let's say you're in Nigeria and you have an Indian shop and it's Indians only in Nigeria, like, are you crazy or something? But without a shadow of a doubt, you don't mind bulldozing Nigerian people's houses. And they're your own people. Because of a lack of payment to one government or so. You happily bulldoze that house, but you won't stand against the people that tell you we're gonna buy land on your land specifically for our own people. Chinese. You actually allow that shit. What kind of disrespect is that?
Yeah, it's definitely a level of self-hate.
I've seen slyly you do worse to people for less. You're violating. What kind of... But then we're supposed to say that it's nice that the Chinese are developing the country or we have a good relationship. How can we have a good relationship? You're telling Nigerians they can't come inside the out. Are you crazy?
So, you know, this idea of like China's coming into Nigeria to develop it and so on, so this is a mutual beneficial relationship. Have you, when you were there the last time, did you witness a big difference infrastructure-wise?
Yeah, massive difference. A massive difference. Things have developed massively in Nigeria. Massively. But my thing is why is it taking so long? We see the world, we see the superpowers, we see what's going on in the world. Why is it taking so long for Nigeria to develop? Ain't nobody really asking that question there. What is the problem here? You got more than enough money. Where the money going?
Do you think it's a money issue or a talent issue?
Well, if you have the money, you can get it done. You can hire them to come and get it done. Dubai had the money. Didn't they go and hire people from all over the world to come and do to build it? Hired you to come and build it, not for you to come and own it. We got the money. What's the problem? Why is it taking so long? What is the issue? What is the problem? Talent. Okay, what talent do you need to know that getting in bed with this particular person is potentially going to be a bad idea when we're looking at it from a long-term perspective? Because you building stuff in our country, it's going to benefit us how? The more land you own in our country, the harder it is for us to regain control of our country. Do you need special talent to recognize that? So what restrictions do we put in place to limit the amount of things that you can do in our country? Yeah. Or is it that because you're throwing bare money under the table and the money's sweet, that you're going to just look past it and forget the fact that your responsibility is to the whole of Nigeria? Representing the country and the country's best interests for the people. I mean, that's why he was elected, though. Now, we don't even see Africa too tough. What we see is a westernized Africa. I remember I was watching some videos with my mum back in the day of when Nigerians were going to meetings, you'd have the military outfit, or you'd have native wear to the meetings, formal meetings. Now, you want to wear suits like you're in Western society. What are you wearing that for? We have our own way. We have our own identity, no? We are our own people. Why can't we wear what we wear to the meetings? In Dubai, they do that, no? Did they bend over? Why have Nigerians got bend over? Why have we got bend over? And we're a proud people, by the way. Very proud people with a heritage that's really long. Very powerful. What's going on? You don't want to ask these questions. I will. The only response that you usually get is, oh, well, that's Nigeria now. God will change. God will help us. God will help them where, how, what, who. God already helped you. He gave you leaders. Now you lot wake up. Take it out your ass. Make it happen. What's wrong with you? Why are you still making excuses? I don't really get it. What's the problem? People are running away from the country to go to other countries to basically build a life to be able to come back because they recognize they ain't going to make it in Nigeria. Why? What's the problem? The system is flawed. How? Why? Okay, go into the system. Oh, it's too deep. Yeah, you get into it. We've said this, we've said that. Boom. Psh, dead. So somebody doesn't want the system to work. Somebody doesn't want things to develop, or a group of people don't want things to develop. And that's the country we're supposed to glorify? That's that shit I'm talking. Look at the condom on her head. Look at that. That's that shit I be talking about. But get the weave, man. This is that crap I be talking about. We need to sew it back in. How you gonna look at the girl normal after that? Look at how she looked with the thing on.
What was it?
I need to look at her face. Look at how she looked when the thing was on. Had the thing thrown off, her face looked completely different. Look at that. Her forehead even looked bigger. Listen to this. I'm telling you now, fellas. From me to you. Don't be afraid to talk to the prettiest girl in the room. I'm telling you now, the package is mad. She might be the prettiest girl in the room tonight, for that night. But the truth is, when she go home and she takes that thing off, she don't look the same, bruh. It's completely different look. Telling you now. Did you just see that? Imagine if you was beside her, next to her. Maybe it's your first date. I'm gone. A first date, that happens, and I can see your head like that, and you ain't pre-warned me what you look like before. I've seen that, and I'm assuming that you actually look. I'm gone.
Do you think
I'm gone.
there's a that's part of the problem when it comes to relationships and who you deal with? Because most of us see one thing and then now have to deal with what the reality is.
Yeah.
Because some of us will have to kind of now, obviously, we grew up around women, so we kind of know that like it's a level of catfishing and this.
Level? A level? Have you gone mad or something? Are you trying to be careful here? The deception is mad. It is mad. Everyone's missus doing it. They package it so well and they grab you. When they catch you, they hold you. When they hold you, emotion they've given you. You've even forgot that when that thing comes off, it looks mad. Pepper grain on the neck. Cane roll ain't even meeting the back of the head no more. Patches here and there. Forehead is up to here. And then you have the audacity to get rude when the guy tries to talk to you. Knowing all of that, you know that. You have the audacity when a nice gentleman comes to speak to you. How you doing? What? Don't talk to me. Come like you actually look like that. Motherfucker. You look like that. Yeah. Fellas, stop this now. We're going to stop all of this now. I know what they look like when they go out. And I know what they look like in the dinner. Truth be told, they don't really look like that. It's packaged very well. Enjoy the package for what it is. Leave it alone. This deception is mad. What are you talking about? Don't try and say it in a nice way. This deception is mad. And that's what we're doing. It's naughty. And you even have the audacity to tell me what I bring to the table. A real set of hair. You're sizing me up. And that's another part of the reason why I always sit there and I always think, I must have been a fool when I was younger to think that I have to convince you to like me. You know them dumb ones when you're a kid and you're talking to a girl and you like a girl so much so, based on how you see them, that you don't actually know what they look like away from how you see them. And all you're trying to do is convince that girl to like you. I had to sit like years ago. I had to sit back and think about it. I like to reflect a lot. I had to think. Imagine a whole me. I think I'm a handsome guy. Nice hair, good teeth. Nose is a bit, but to your preference. But I'm talking to you nicely. I'm talking to you normally. You don't have a pot to piss in. You're still with your parents. You're not doing anything out of the ordinary or magical. And imagine, I'm not demonizing you for that, you know? I'm still telling you, I just like you for who you are, and let's just talk and be cool. You have the audacity to size me up. I have to convince you to like me. Did I make you do a song and a dance to talk to me? Imagine, I spoke to you for free. Now, in order for me to speak to you back, you now have to tell me that before I speak to you, we have to go Selfridges. You a bastard. All for a package that when you unwrap, it will be completely different from what you saw.